Hi, this is Morley and this is the M-Wire. California now less than 90 days away from financial collapse, anarchy to follow. The state of California is now less than 90 days away from a financial collapse that can only be averted by acquiring new sources of loans or dramatically slashing government-funded services in healthcare, pensions, welfare, and education. The cracks of financial insolvency are starting to show, and Newsom has no plan that he doesn't lead California into anarchy and destitution. In a desperate effort to delay the financial collapse, Newsom has ordered the state's EDD to delay unemployment checks for as many months as it takes to preserve the state's rapidly dwindling funds. The Mercury News reports that nearly 2 million Californians have yet to receive unemployment checks covering the first 3 months of the coronavirus lockdown, which began in mid-March. How do people live without money for 3 months? Are they just dwindling the food banks? They must be. They have to eat somehow. And as far as paying their rent or paying their mortgage goes, can they just go to their landlord or the bank and just tell them that they don't have any money? I mean, that's certainly not going to fly forever now, is it? I mean, the fallout from this is it'll obviously result in greatly increased crime. Not willfully, though. I mean, I guess willfully, but not because they necessarily want to. I mean, if people don't have food to eat, they're pragmatic by nature. They'll do exactly what they have to get what they need. I mean, they can't very well just borrow off their relatives because their relatives may very well be in the same position that they are. Which leads us to this whole budget thing with California. Like, I realized California was in financial trouble long before the pandemic happened, but I mean, this is a very grim situation in the sense of the other problems that it creates, right? I mean, with the budget issues, like, what other things are going to be potentially slashed as a result of this? I mean, what about, money for infrastructure, roads, schools, things like that? I mean, they can't continue like this forever. I mean, realistically, the world can't even continue like this forever. It's going to reach a point where the economic fallout from the lockdowns and whatnot is going to be worse than the pandemic itself. I mean, whatever your thoughts are on the pandemic, I mean, me personally, this is no worse than a bad flu season. So we're shutting down the entire planet for a bad flu season. I mean, this is a microcosm with the financial situation in California of a family. I mean, if you're broke, are you in any position to lend your Uncle Fred $1,000? No. I mean, unless you went into debt for it, and that certainly isn't exactly a prudent financial decision. I mean, but at some point, we're just going to have to, bite the proverbial bullet, as it were, and just go back to work regardless and let the chips fall where they may, or we're going to sink into the abyss. I mean, what is the lesser of two evils here? I mean, seriously, we really have to decide this. I mean, if people get desperate enough, I mean, who knows what they'll do? I mean, there could be, never mind the riots, there could be people rioting because they're not getting their unemployment checks. And I mean, that's a very grim situation. Remember this, people. The most dangerous man in the world is the man that has nothing to lose. I thank you for watching my video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.